Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this video, we are going to be talking about investing in REITs, real estate investment trusts. What does it mean? What do they actually do? What are the pros and cons? And ultimately, how do I compare investing in a REIT versus investing in residential real estate? Check it out. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk all things business, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship. And on this video, I want to talk about REITs, real estate investment trusts. Now, as many of you guys know, I am highly in the game of real estate. I've done over 1,700 transactions over 14 years. Now, I was posed a question about REITs just several weeks ago from one of my students, and I actually thought it would be a good time to even just have a very high-level conversation about it, because there are some pros and cons when making this an investment for yourself. Now, as many of you guys most likely are or would like to be doing, you mostly want to be buying residential real estate for that mailbox money, for that every month check that comes in and having a return on your ROI. Well, REITs can do the very same thing without actually having to have the hassle and headaches of owning the actual real estate. Meaning you don't have to be a landlord, and you can get distributions very similar like you get rent checks from owning a single family home and being a landlord. One of the biggest cons to investing in a REIT is the little known fact that you actually are the highest tax bracket when you make income from your distribution of a REIT. This, for me, would pose one of the largest reasons not to invest in a REIT. As I am actively buying residential real estate to hold in my portfolio, I actually use that as a tax write-off versus actually getting taxed more. Now let me take a step back here for a second, as I realize most of you are making investments in diversifying your portfolio, which I encourage you to do. REITs are like trading stocks. You can absolutely buy them on a simple stock trading platform. And what is happening is they're pooling together thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people's money to go buy assets such as commercial properties that just one person wouldn't be able to pull together that much money. Now, in that case, they actually give distributions monthly to their investors. In fact, they have to give up to 90% of their profits and distribute them every single month to you as the investor. Now, while that sounds great, and again, as I mentioned, it gives you that distribution every single month as an ROI, the real challenge becomes is now you are taxed the very highest tax bracket on that income. For people like myself, as I mentioned, I actually use that as the number one con against buying REITs. Now here's another thing. While a lot of people don't want the headache and hassle of being a landlord, what I would say to that is at least you are in control of your investment. When you invest in a REIT, just like a stock, you're actually not going to be in any control at all. So whether the stock is doing well, you're not in control, and if it's not doing well, you're not in control. I like the opportunity to have some control within my investment space. Now again, I do believe REITs to be fundamentally good, and I do like the idea of getting monthly distribution checks, but to have lack of control, and the biggest thing is if interest rates rise, then the REIT likely is going to take a hit. Now that is not all the time, and interest rates rising to some extent means that there's a pretty good economy going on, but it also could take a hit to REITs. That is the number one risk to making a REIT a good investment, is going to be this interest rate increase. So that is the biggest risk you have. Now, can a REIT absolutely fail and go out of business? I suppose so. But at the end of the day, this is a publicly traded company, and it's likely going to be around for a long time. Another con that I would highlight here when talking about REITs is you don't tend to have much appreciation. Typically, you get consistent distribution. As a matter of fact, a lot of times, because more and more people are buying into REITs, you actually are diluting your shares, which means ultimately you're going to have a very consistent monthly check, which for those that are playing the long game, I actually think that can be a good thing. Now, as I've mentioned, if you're investing in different things such as real estate or stocks or cryptocurrencies, I think REIT could be a good diversification. And again, this is the ability for you to own real estate without actually having the hurdles or headaches of being a landlord. So while that idea sounds pretty cool to most, to me, someone who is active in real estate, I don't see the big value add there because of the stagnation of money. I know if I keep my money active, I can get such higher returns than if I actually place my money into an investment like a REIT. If you are looking up REITs and kind of doing some due diligence, typically you see about a 5% return when working with a REIT. Now I know as an active investor, I can get upwards of 20, 25, 40, 50% return on my money multiple times a year. So for me, I don't actually look at that as a positive. I don't look at the long, slow play, long-term investment as something I want to be going down because I have a great knowledge base and experience within the real estate space specifically. So for me, I actually like the idea of buying rentals so I can get the tax write-off versus worrying about any type of responsibility or headaches I might have. Hey guys, long-term investing is something you should be thinking about. So if you like the idea of long-term investing and you're interested to see what this video has to say about REITs, as well as buy and hold properties, make sure you're liking this and subscribing to my channel, and make sure you turn on notifications as I drop 3 videos a week. So if you are interested in buying REITs, let me give you just a couple of examples of good REITs to look up yourself. Again, they're on any of those publicly traded platforms. Innovative Industrial Properties is one REIT you should look up. Hannon Armstrong is another great REIT to look up. Safehold is another one, and Unity Group is another one. Now again, I'm giving you opportunity to do your own research. And it was a question posed to me by a student. And soft plug again, if you are interested in learning from me about how to wholesale and flip and get this business to scale, go to 𝐷𝒓𝒐𝒔.com, fill out a very simple app, and I will make sure some of my success advisors reach out to you, 𝐷𝒓𝒐𝒔.com. Now, ultimately, what I would like you to understand is what are you trying to do with your investment model? Again, I've done plenty of videos, which maybe you should check out. I invest in cryptocurrency. I invest in gold mines. I invest heavily into real estate. I invest into blue chip stocks. So I absolutely diversify where I put my money. To this day, I personally have not bought into a REIT for the simple facts that I like to keep my money active. And when I am looking to have some mailbox money coming in, I also like the dual ability to build wealth. You see, if you buy into a REIT, you're likely not building any wealth there, but you are making a nice return on your investment. I like buying residential real estate, maybe even multi-units, for the idea of not just getting a return on my investment, but ultimately building wealth. To me, that is a much better active way to invest in real estate rather than being so passive. This ultimately is a long-term play, also just like a REIT is. So buying rental properties, I'm gonna be holding 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and at some point, when I'm ready to go sit out on a boat, I'll sell it all off and I'll say goodbye. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. If you do, please hit the like button. It greatly helps me, and make sure you are subscribing. Also, turn on those notifications. All right, guys, I hope that gives you a small foundation for what a REIT is and how to compare it to residential real estate and being a landlord yourself. Both of them are long-term holds. I definitely side with the actual residential real estate and being a landlord versus REIT, but I'll let you make your own decision. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Peace.